Tell me a little bit about your hometown. What was it like when you were in school out there versus when you came here?
So when I was at Plaquemine High, I was always a troublemaker. I used to get into stuff I just didn't want to get in.
A lot of students in any school think like, man, my life it's already set. I'm not gonna have a lot of opportunities.
So I think you talk to any teacher and they'll tell you the same thing, that kids come into our classroom every day and we're supposed to provide education, and we do. But you're also looking around seeing all of these other gaps.
We always say every kid is not going to go to college, every kid is not going to have a particular trade, but what is the pathway when you leave here to accomplish your dreams, whatever your dreams may be, and what unique skill set do you have?
Seeing student growth, seeing students graduate, seeing students go to college, seeing students in the workforce, I can't compare it to any other feeling, just seeing that student growth.
I always tell people Thrive started more organically. It was very much okay, these are the needs that I'm seeing that I don't feel like are being met. What is the best way to kind of meet these needs for this group of kids?
The most important things for kids in this area are opportunities and access to a good education. And so the folks here at Thrive Academy have really worked hard over the last several years to develop it. Academics, athletics, social skills, and so forth to get these kids better prepared.
There are times where I would go home and I would miss being here the week. So I feel like here's a way better choice than what I was at.
When you're working with kids from the backgrounds that our kids work with, they work when they feel that you love them. Once they know that teachers care about them and they have counselors who are invested in them, like that's the missing key. That's when the light bulb goes off. That's when you see the best out of the student. That's when they invest in the program. That's when they invest in all aspects of the program.
But sometimes the gaps are so big that no matter what the school system has in place, a traditional system can't fill all of those gaps.
Oh, I think an effective school is a school that produces well-adjusted students. Students that understand how they learn, students that understand what makes them unique and what makes them special, which is why I love Thrive. I think we do a good job of that.
You know, you are talking about 180 teenagers that live with you. There is nothing easy about that equation, and there's nothing cheap about that equation. But we thought, you know what? We think this can work here.
When I started, we didn't have this school building here, and now we have a school building. We've grown in the amount of students that we have and in the amount of things that we offer.
It's a great experience with the mentors, the students, the teachers. We have a great community here.
You get to make relationships you don't have, because if you live at school, you get to meet people and hang out with them more than you can in regular school. Teachers get to work with you and do stuff because you stay at school and they can get more access to you. So it helps me bring my grades up and do better as far as education.
You've seen other models where schools have been very successful in, okay, if we could have our children in a structured environment where their homework time is structured, their club time is structured, but they also have time to socialize with their friends, then you can have a more holistic education.
You can go to Barnes & Noble, any bookstore, and there are literally hundreds of books on how to run a good school. Hundreds of books. There's too much information on how to run a good school. Very little information on how to run a good residential program, and then no information on how to run a residential program that services the kids that we do.
It makes my life much easier living on campus because, you know, I wake up, I go to school. I can say it's a great experience with mentors and just having that extra bond with the students here on campus and that extra help after school.
So the way I look for talent, the most important thing we look for is, do you have a heart for kids?
Every teacher I've met so far have been the nicest teacher I've had in school yet. They have been the most helpful. If I needed something, they're the most understanding instead of just saying I've been playing the whole time, but sometimes I do. They've provided the most help and things for me to do to get better.
Most of our students have to work emotionally and physically, have to work harder than any adult that I know. Making it through things that other people that are unimaginable to other people. The students that I teach every day, they make it through things that I couldn't see myself getting through at 15, 16, 17 years old, and I know I wouldn't have been able to.
I take dual enrollment at Baton Rouge Community College, and just like having, like, you know, the firsthand insight about how college classes will be, the role, the tempo, and how assignments will be given and the tests really helps me and makes me feel confident about going to LSU. You're surrounded by the people that you're friends with after school. It's surrounded by supportive mentors. They handpick mentors that's very helpful and can help me with my schoolwork, with my college work, and just with life itself.
We've got room for growth here. We have a lot of people that are interested in coming here, and a lot more knowledge about the school has come out the last several years with the success rate that's been coming, going from an F school to a D school to a C school in just 2 years.
To see the school kind of go from infancy and everybody just trying to figure out what they're doing and what's going on, to see a school that is really beginning to become established and a place that parents are looking to send their kids, right? Is what I've been proud of.
I am most proud of the quality of staff that we have been able to assemble and help our students. And it's because of that top quality of staff that we have that we've been able to reach the educational accolades that we've received lately.
The Baton Rouge community owns this school, right? This was something that we all did together. From donors to supporters to parents to kids to faculty and staff, everybody put pieces of their hearts and soul into this project, into this building, into this campus.
This year we were number 5 in the state of Louisiana in LEAP's total score test growth. That's out of all the schools in the state of Louisiana. 1 out of 41 comeback schools within the state of Louisiana. That's out of all schools, and that's because of our LEAP score growth. And within the last 3 years, we were recognized by the Louisiana Department of Education for the percentage of students, minority, and students from high poverty backgrounds that graduate with receiving dual enrollment credits from high school.
I think it's important for people to come and see what this is. They first hear about it, it's a boarding school, these kids come from a tough area, they have a rough background. Yeah, they do, but you know what? They're succeeding here.
This is by no way an alternative school. It's a fun place to be. It's a small school, it's a small community.
The environment that they're given and the structure that they're provided is really important to providing some successful avenues for them.
What I really hope it becomes in the next 5 to 10 years is something that I look back on and I'm like, that is absolutely the best version of what this was ever going to be. I'm a big believer in there are a multitude of pathways in life, and we want kids to just be happy, healthy, joyful when they graduate.
When I go to LSU, I want to major in microbiology with a minor in business with the hopes of becoming a dermatologist with a thriving practice.
And I just want people to understand the great things that we're doing here and how big Thrive Academy is going to be for the Baton Rouge area and also the state of Louisiana. We are literally giving kids opportunities that they wouldn't have if they were other places.